The arena drops into near darkness as the crowd's roar fades into an eerie silence, the kind that shakes nerves and tightens the chest, as if the world itself is waiting for a storm to explode. Every seat is filled, every face locked toward the ring, every heartbeat syncing with the slow hum of the speakers. And then, suddenly, a beam of white light slices through the darkness, landing on the entrance tunnel, where Nonito, the Filipino Flash, Donaire, steps into view. His eyes cold, razor-sharp, cutting through the atmosphere like a blade. His walk is steady, deliberate, packed with silent confidence and the knowledge that his speed, power, and precision can end a man's night in a heartbeat. The Filipino Flash waves behind him as if carried by wind no one can feel. But I just need a few details from your original reservation, like your booking confirmation number or passenger info. Once I have those, I'll find the next available flight and make sure you reach your destination smoothly. His chin tucked, his jaw tight, his fists clenching and unclenching with impatient hunger. Maldonado looks less like a challenger and more like a storm warning about to collide with a hurricane. When both men enter the ring, the temperature changes. The suspense becomes thick enough to grab with both hands. The referee calls them forward, and they meet in the center, eyes locked, breaths steady, minds reading each other in complete silence. Maldonado's glare says, "I will break your rhythm." Donaire's responds, "You won't survive my speed." The bell rings, and instantly the arena erupts as Donaire fires a jab so fast the cameras barely catch it. Maldonado tries to cut the ring, aggressive and wild, his punches thrown with the desperation of a man fighting fate itself. Donaire pivots, angles, slips, sliding around Maldonado like a phantom, touching, tagging, testing. Maldonado roars forward, throwing a wild right hand that misses Donaire's chin by the width of a breath, and the crowd gasps as suspense surges through the arena like electricity. Every exchange is a flash of danger, every second a clash of wills. Donaire lands a sharp counter. Maldonado grits his teeth and absorbs it, eyes burning, marching forward again. The bell ends the round, but no one sits down. The storm has formed, and everyone knows something devastating is coming. The second round begins with a crackling tension, as if the air between Donaire and Maldonado has turned electric, vibrating with the threat of violence, waiting to explode. Maldonado charges out, more aggressive than before, his gloves slicing through the air in furious arcs as he tries to smother Donaire's rhythm. But Donaire reads him with surgical calmness, stepping back just enough, slipping just enough, bending light around him, like a man who sees a different speed of time. Maldonado slams a jab into Donaire's guard, then another, then a looping right, meant to break through and shake the Flash to his core. But Donaire counters with a straight left that snaps Maldonado's head back and sends sweat flying into the lights. The crowd roars. The commentary booth shouts. Yet Maldonado doesn't back up. He steps in closer, as if daring Donaire to test him again. Donaire smirks, only slightly, the kind of smirk legends earn after surviving 1,000 wars. Then he fires a brutal combination. Jab, cross, left hook to the body, and Maldonado is forced to retreat for the first time. But retreat does not mean surrender. Maldonado digs in, switches angles, and unleashes a wild flurry that forces Donaire onto his back foot. The ring becomes a battlefield of inches. One slip too slow could end everything. One punch too early could open the door to destruction. Donaire tries a right uppercut. Maldonado rolls under it, like a bull slipping past a matador, then shoves forward with sheer force and heart, pressing Donaire into the corner. The tension spikes. The crowd screams. Maldonado unloads. Left, right, left, uppercut. Pure chaos hammering Donaire's guard. Donaire absorbs, blocks, pivots, and suddenly breaks free with a lightning-fast counter left hook that crashes into Maldonado's jaw so hard the sound echoes like two stones colliding. Maldonado stumbles, but only for a heartbeat. Then he roars back, still swinging, still refusing to break. The round ends with both men glaring at each other across the ring. Two storms, refusing to bow. Two warriors breaking logic with pure will. The crowd knows the truth now. Someone is going down tonight. The only question is who. Round 3 begins with a tension so sharp it feels like the entire arena is held together by a single thread ready to snap. Maldonado, battered but unbroken, steps forward with the reckless courage of a man who refuses to accept fate. Throwing his jab like a spear meant to pierce destiny itself. Donaire, calm, yet coiled like a loaded spring, moves. So, with frightening fluidity, ducking, pivoting, countering with punches that whistle through the air like bullets. Maldonado tries cutting the ring, trapping Donaire's movement, but Donaire fires a devastating straight right that forces Maldonado to reset his stance. The Flash begins heating up, his punches growing sharper, more accurate, more punishing. A left hook detonates on Maldonado's cheek. A right uppercut follows, slicing through his guard and lifting his head. Maldonado's legs tremble for a moment, but the Mexican warrior refuses to fall. He steps forward again, spitting defiance, firing furious hooks at Donaire's ribs. The intensity skyrockets. Donaire angles out, Maldonado lunges in, hooks colliding with forearms, gloves thudding into skin, sweat spraying under the lights like water bursting from shattered glass. Then it happens, the punch that changes the fight. Donaire times Maldonado's forward charge perfectly, planting his feet and launching a brutal left hook that detonates with a crack so loud the entire arena gasps in unison. Maldonado's body jerks as if struck by lightning. His legs buckle. He stumbles backward, eyes blinking in shock. Donaire steps in for the kill. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. A vicious four-punch combo that sends Maldonado spiraling toward the ropes. The referee watches closely. The crowd rises like a tidal wave. Maldonado tries to fight back, swinging wildly, desperate to survive, desperate to show his heart. But Donaire is now a machine, cold, clinical, unstoppable. Another left hook lands. Maldonado's knees dip. The audience screams. The round ends by a miracle, saving Maldonado from collapse. But everyone knows now, he is standing on the edge of a cliff, and Donaire is coming to push him over. The fourth round begins with a terrible inevitability hanging in the air, the kind of tension that makes the crowd lean forward as if silently whispering the ending before it.
Precision. Maldonado collapses backward into the ropes, his body folding under the unforgiving assault. Donaire senses the end and unleashes the finishing sequence. A blistering left uppercut, followed by a crushing right hand that snaps Maldonado's head back violently. Maldonado falls, his body dropping like a tree split down the middle, crashing onto the canvas as the audience screams. The referee rushes in, counting, watching Maldonado struggle to rise, his legs trembling, his arms fighting gravity, but his body refuses to respond. The referee waves his arms. TKO. It's over. Donaire raises his gloves, victorious, his chest heaving with the breath of a man who has conquered yet another battle. Maldonado sits on the stool, brave even in defeat, his heart undeniable, his spirit unbroken. The arena explodes with applause, not just for the winner, but for the war they witnessed. Nonito Donaire walks the ring, a champion forged in speed, power, and heart. And Maldonado, even in defeat, stand.